Welcome to the deep dive. You know how it is, right? You got a ton of research. You just want someone to tell you the good parts. Well, that's what we do here.
Yeah, we kind of sift through it all, pull out the cool stuff, and we'll share it with you. It's like your own personal knowledge shortcut.
Exactly. And today we are diving into a really cool book, um, Creature Chronicles, Wonders of the Wild, specifically Episode 1.
This book is jam-packed with amazing animal facts, and it's really fun to read.
Yeah, I was hooked from the first page.
Yeah.
Get ready to learn about octopuses with blue blood sloths that can hold their breath forever, and we might even solve the mystery of why your cat purrs. So much cool stuff.
It really highlights the incredible diversity of life on Earth, right?
Absolutely. So let's start with the octopus. 3 hearts, blue blood. It's like something straight out of science fiction. What's the deal with the blue blood? Like, is it some sort of superpower?
Well, it's not exactly a superpower, but it is really interesting. Their blood has this copper-based molecule called hemocyanin, and it binds to oxygen and gives their blood that blue color.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Humans have hemoglobin, which is iron-based. That's why our blood is red.
I see.
It's really cool how different animals have evolved to solve the same problem,
Yeah.
like transporting oxygen throughout the body.
Yeah, that's a great point. And speaking of cool, how about their camouflage? Like, seriously, they can change color and texture to blend in with their surroundings. And they can even mimic other animals like lionfish and sea snakes. How does that even work?
Mimicry is a really smart survival tactic, especially in the ocean where it's pretty much eat or be eaten.
Oh, yeah.
By mimicking more dangerous animals, octopuses can scare off predators. It's a perfect example of natural selection in action. The ones that blend in and avoid becoming lunch survive and pass on their genes.
So it's like they're playing a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek and winning. But they're not just masters of disguise. They're also incredibly intelligent.
Right, totally. Octopuses have really complex nervous systems, and they've shown some serious problem-solving skills in labs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can open jars, navigate mazes, and even figure out how to escape their enclosures.
No way.
Yeah, for an invertebrate, that level of intelligence is mind-blowing.
It really challenges our idea of what it means to be smart, doesn't it?
It really does.
Okay, so next time I'm at the aquarium, I'm definitely keeping a close eye on the octopuses. But Creature Chronicles is full of so many other fascinating creatures and incredible facts. What were some of the most surprising things you learned?
Well, for starters, did you know that a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance?
A flamboyance.
Seriously. I know, right? It's
Yeah.
perfect for those vibrant pink birds.
I love that. Okay,
Whoa,
what else?
Okay, get this. Elephants are the
Mm.
only mammals that can't jump.
What? Really?
Yeah. I know, it's crazy, right? Their huge weight and bone structure just don't allow for it.
Wow. It's amazing how each animal is so perfectly adapted to its lifestyle.
Yeah.
What else blew your mind?
Okay, prepare to be amazed.
Mm.
Sloths. Those super slow creatures can hold their breath longer than dolphins.
Wait, seriously?
Up to 40 minutes?
40 minutes? No way.
Yeah. It's because of their incredibly low metabolic rate. They're like oxygen-conserving champions.
That's incredible. Okay, I need to hear more. What else?
This one really surprised me. Honeybees can recognize human faces.
Whoa. Are you serious? I always thought they were just buzzing around randomly.
Nope. It seems their tiny brains can process some pretty complex visual information.
That is so wild.
Yeah.
So what does this mean, like, for insect intelligence?
Well, it challenges what we thought we knew. It makes you wonder how smart they really are and if they can communicate in more sophisticated ways than we ever imagined.
That's a really good point, and it just underscores how important it is to protect these pollinators, right? They're crucial for our ecosystems.
Absolutely. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about an animal that needs our help, the pangolin. They're actually the most trafficked mammals in the world, which is heartbreaking.
It's so sad to think about. They're such unique creatures with their scaly bodies and anteater-like snouts. Why are they targeted?
Well, their scales are in high demand for traditional medicine, and in some places, their meat is considered a delicacy. This has pushed them to the brink of extinction.
It's devastating to see how greed is wiping out entire species. They play a vital role in their ecosystems, controlling insect populations, and their burrows even provide shelter for other animals. What can we do to help?
Spreading awareness is key. We need to educate ourselves and others about the dangers they face and support organizations like the World Wildlife Fund or Save Pangolins that are working to protect them. We also need to be responsible consumers and avoid products that exploit wildlife.
Yeah, that's so important. We all have a role to play in protecting these amazing creatures. Before we move on, I'm curious, What's been the most impactful thing you've learned from all this research?
You know what really gets me is that each of these facts, no matter how small, opens a window into the incredible web of life on Earth. It's like a reminder that we still have so much to learn and that every creature has a story to tell.
I totally agree. It's that sense of wonder and discovery that makes Creature Chronicles so captivating. Okay, so let's dive into a question from one of our listeners. Sarah from Colorado wants to know, why do cats purr?
Ugh, the perplexing question. Most people think it means they're happy, right?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty common assumption.
But it's not always the case. Cats also purr when they're stressed, injured, or even giving birth.
Really? So it's more than just a happy sound.
Yeah, it seems like purring is more about self-soothing. It's like a built-in mechanism to deal with all kinds of situations. The vibrations might even promote healing, stimulate bone growth and repair.
That's incredible. So Sarah, next time your cat purrs, remember, it could be more than just a sign of contentment. It could be a sign of resilience, of their amazing ability to cope.
It's pretty amazing, right? Like, we can learn so much from observing and studying animal behavior. There are so many hidden depths and complexities that we're only beginning to understand.
Absolutely. And it just makes you appreciate the incredible diversity of life on Earth even more.
It really does. Welcome back to the deep dive. It's crazy how much we've already learned, but there's still so much more to explore in Creature Chronicles.
Right. We've talked about octopuses with 3 hearts and blue blood, those face-recognizing honeybees and sloths that can hold their breath like forever. It's
Yes.
mind-blowing.
Mhm.
But something that really got me thinking was how animals communicate. Like, it's just fascinating how they talk to each other.
It really is.
For example, Creature Chronicles talks about the honeybee's waggle dance.
Well,
What is that exactly?
oh, the waggle dance. It's basically their secret language. It's how they tell each other where to find food.
Really?
Yeah, imagine a bee finds a field full of delicious flowers. It goes back to the hive and starts doing this figure-8 dance. And while it's doing the straight part of the 8, it waggles its abdomen.
Okay.
The angle of that run compared to the sun tells the other bees which direction to go, and how long the waggle lasts tells them how far away the food is.
Wow, so it's like their own little GPS system.
Exactly. And it just shows you that language isn't just a human thing. Animals have their own complex ways of communicating.
It makes you wonder what other secrets are out there waiting to be discovered, right?
Oh, absolutely. So speaking of secrets, let's talk about a creature that's both adorable and a little bit well-smelly. Remember the pangolin?
Oh yeah, the most trafficked mammal in the world. Sad.
Yeah, it is. But did you know they have this really unique defense mechanism?
What do they do?
When they feel threatened, they curl up into a tight ball, like an armadillo. Their scales are super tough, so it protects them from predators.
That's smart.
And if that wasn't enough, they also have scent glands near their tail that release this awful smelling liquid.
Oh no.
It's like a double whammy of defense.
So they're not just cute and cuddly, they're armed and dangerous.
Yeah.
I love it. It's amazing how nature gives even the most vulnerable creatures a way to fight back.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. You know what I love about studying nature? There's always something new to learn, and every creature has a story to tell.
Speaking of stories, I think we have a listener question.
Oh, great. Let's hear it.
David from California asks, is it true that flamingos are pink because of what they eat?
That's a classic. And yes, it's true. They get their pink color from carotenoids.
Carotenoids.
Yeah, it's a pigment found in the algae and crustaceans that flamingos eat. When they eat those things, the carotenoids get absorbed into their feathers and turn them pink.
So basically, they are what they eat.
Exactly. It's such a cool example of how diet can directly affect an animal's appearance.
It's like they're eating their way to pinkness. Okay, let's talk about an animal that often gets a bad rap. The bat. People think they're spooky or dangerous, but they're actually super important.
Oh, yeah. Bats are so misunderstood. They're incredible pollinators, and they help spread seeds, which is essential for plant life. And don't even get me started on their echolocation.
Yeah, that's amazing. They use sound waves to see in the dark, right?
Exactly. They send out these high-pitched sounds, and then they listen for the echoes to figure out where things are. It's like having a built-in sonar system.
So cool. Another example of how amazing the animal kingdom is. Speaking of amazing senses, let's talk about dogs. Their sense of smell is legendary.
Oh, absolutely. Dogs have way more scent receptors than we do, like thousands of times more. So they can pick up on even the faintest smells.
Which is why they're so good at finding lost people, sniffing out illegal stuff. It's like a superpower.
And we've learned to use that superpower to our advantage. We use dogs for search and rescue, medical detection, even conservation.
It's amazing how we can learn from animals and use their skills to help us. Now let's talk about elephants. They're often seen as wise and intelligent.
Elephants are incredible. They have these complex social structures, really strong family bonds, and amazing
Yeah,
memories.
they're super smart.
They communicate in all sorts of ways, and they show signs of real emotional intelligence. Like, I've heard stories of elephants mourning their dead and even showing empathy for other animals.
It's really moving.
We're still learning so much about their cognitive abilities, but it's clear that they're highly intelligent creatures.
It just shows that intelligence comes in many forms. Speaking of cognitive abilities, we have another question from a listener. This one is from Sarah in New York. She asks, why do cats purr?
Ugh, the perplexing mystery. It's not always because they're happy. They also purr when they're stressed, hurt, or even giving birth.
Oh, really? So what's going on there?
Well, the exact reason is still up for debate, but scientists think it has something to do with the muscles in their throat and chest. They contract in a rhythmic way, creating vibrations that we hear as purring.
Interesting.
And those vibrations might actually be good for them. Some studies show that the frequency of a cat's purr can help with healing and even bone growth.
Wow, so it's like a self-healing mechanism.
It seems like it. So,
Yeah.
Sarah, next time you hear your cat purring, remember it could be a sign of their amazing ability to cope and heal. It's a pretty cool superpower, if you ask me.
I agree. So we have learned about the honeybee's waggle dance, the pangolin's smelly defense, and the healing power of a cat's purr. Creature Chronicles is full of such amazing insights. But before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, I want to go back to the octopus for a second.
Oh, the octopus. What about them caught your attention?
I'm still blown away by their camouflage skills. It's like they have an invisibility cloak. How do they change their color and texture like that?
It's all because of these special cells in their skin called chromatophores. These cells hold pigments that can expand or contract, changing the color and pattern of their skin.
So it's like having thousands of tiny paintbrushes working all at once.
Exactly. And it's not just color, they can change the texture of their skin too. Like they can create bumps, ridges, even mimic the texture of rocks or seaweed.
Mind blown.
They can even change their shape to look like other animals, like those venomous lionfish or sea snakes. It's a pretty clever way to avoid becoming dinner.
It's like something out of a science fiction movie. The ocean is such a mysterious place. It makes you wonder what other incredible things are out there just waiting to be discovered.
Oh, absolutely. We're only beginning to understand the vastness and complexity of life in the ocean. With each new discovery, we realize just how much we still have to learn.
Well said.
Mm.
So for everyone out there who's eager to continue our exploration of the animal kingdom, stay tuned for part 3 of our deep dive. We'll be talking more about animal behavior communication and the intricate relationships that connect all living things.
It's going to be fascinating. We'll be back soon with more amazing insights and thought-provoking discussions. Until then, keep those curious minds engaged and never stop exploring the wonders of the natural world.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've uncovered so many incredible animal secrets in Creature Chronicles, from blue-blooded octopuses to those scent-bombing pangolins. It's been an amazing journey.
I know, right? Each creature we learn about reveals another layer of this intricate web of life. It's mind-blowing.
It really is. But with all this talk about these amazing animals, I can't help but think about the threats they face. Habitat loss, poaching, climate change. It's a lot. What can we as individuals even do to make a difference?
It can feel overwhelming, right? But honestly, even small actions can add up. Supporting conservation groups, making sustainable choices, being mindful of our impact, it all matters.
So you're saying it's not just about these big, grand gestures, but making conscious choices in our daily lives.
Exactly. Choosing sustainable products, supporting businesses that care about the environment, talking to our friends and family about these issues, it all makes a difference.
Knowledge is power, right? The more we understand about how everything's connected, the better choices we can make.
I totally agree. Speaking of connections, we got a really interesting question from Jake in Arizona. He asks, if animals like honeybees can recognize human faces, does that mean they have feelings too?
That's a huge question. It gets at the heart of animal sentience, right? Like, what's really going on in their minds?
It's something scientists and philosophers have been debating for ages. We can't know for sure what's going on inside an animal's head, but we are seeing more and more evidence that many species show behaviors that we would consider emotional, like joy, grief, fear, empathy.
It really makes you pause and think about how we treat other animals, doesn't it?
It definitely does. Every creature deserves our respect. And who knows what other mysteries are out there just waiting to be uncovered?
Well said. And on that note, we've come to the end of our deep dive into Creature Chronicles, Wonders of the Wild.
It's been a wild ride, hasn't it?
It really has. From those blue-blooded octopuses to the mystery of why cats purr, we've learned so much.
And hopefully gained a deeper appreciation for the incredible diversity of life on Earth.
I think so too. Remember, everyone, keep those curious minds engaged. Never stop exploring and always appreciate the wonders of the natural world. Until next time.